Good morning, Falcons. Today we are solving multi-step equations, day 2, which means we're adding in problems that involve the distributive property, and they will also have variables on both sides. So we're going to solve and then check our solutions in our calculators again. So we're back to knowing whether we get these right or wrong when we are finished. So on number 1, I'm going to distribute 2 times 6m would be 12m. 2 times -1 is minus 2. So 12m minus 2 equals 8m. Now what I want to do is get my variables on one side, my numbers on the other, so I'm going to subtract the 8m. I usually choose the smaller coefficient to move so that I can keep a positive coefficient. So it just makes things a little neater. So I have 4m minus 2 equals 0. Then you would add 2 to both sides. 4m equals 2, divide by 4, and m equals 1/2, or 0.5. Now, to check my answer, I would come back here and I would do 6 times 1/2 minus 1 times 2, and you get 4, which is the same as 8 times 1/2, which is 4. So when I substituted this in, I got 4 equals 4, so it checks out. Okay, why don't you go ahead and try 2, 3, and 4. And then come back and we'll work through those and see how you did. Okay, on number 2, you should have done 8 times p would be 8p. 8 times -3 is -24 equals 24. Then you would add 24. 8p equals 48. Divide by 8, and p equals 6. Okay, if you check that, 6 minus 3 is 3 times 8 is 24. So that checked out. Again, use your calculator if you need to. Number 3, we have 5x plus 15 equals 25. I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides and have 5x equals 10. Divide by 5, and x equals 2. Okay, let's plug that in. 2 plus 3 is 5 times 5 is 25. On number 4, you had 14c minus 35 equals 7. We're going to add 35 to both sides. And you'd have 14c equals 42. Divide by 14. And 42 divided by 14 is 3. And let's check our answer. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 5 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. So if you need to, pause. Make sure you have correct answers on those 4 and have shown your work. And then we'll continue with another one. Let's look at number 5. When I distribute the 2, I have 2x plus 22. But now I have distributed property on the other side as well. And you would have 5x plus 10. Okay, I need to get all my variables on one side, so let's subtract 2x. Again, you could choose to subtract the 5x. It makes no difference. You will get the same answer. And I end up with 22 equals 3x plus 10. Then you would subtract your 10. 3x equals 12. Divide by 3. And x is 4. So again, quite a few steps on these. You need to show all your work, and if you can keep it organized and neat, it makes your likelihood of making a mistake much better, or much less. Let's say you're much less likely to make a mistake. So let's put this in. We get 4 plus 11 is 15 times 2 would be 30. And then we have 4 plus 2 is 6 times 5, and that is 30. So our check is complete. Let's try number 6. We have 7y minus 1. When I distribute, you're going to have 2y plus 6. And we're still taking away 2. So now we need to combine like terms before we move forward. So 7y minus 1 equals 2y. 6 minus 2 would be 4. So we have 2y plus 4. And now I can go ahead and move my variables to one side. End up with 5y minus 1 is 4. Add the 1. 5y equals 5. Divide by 5. And y equals 1. Let's check our answer. 1 times 7 is 7 minus 1 is 6. 1 plus 3 is 4 times 2 would be 8 minus 2 is 6. And it checks out. All right. You try 7, and then we'll come back and check it. Okay, on number 7, you have 1 plus 2 times h plus 2 times 6 is 12. We have 5 times h, and 5 times negative 1 would be minus 5. I'm going to combine my like terms, 12 and 1, so I have 2h plus 13 is 5h minus 5. We're going to move our variables. I'm going to subtract the 2h. Leaves me 13 is 3h minus 5. We can add 5 to both sides. 3h is 18. We're going to divide by 3, and h is 6. Let's check our answers. 6 plus 6 is 12, times 2 would be 24, plus 1 is 25. 6 minus 1 is 5, times 5 is 25. All right. Go ahead and try number 8, and then you'll be ready to complete your practice today. Okay, I have distributive property only on one side, which would give me 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to subtract 2x. Negative 5. This is the only one that had a negative. Make sure you bring it down. Equals x plus 9. Then I would subtract my 9. You get x is negative 14. So let's check that. Negative 14 plus 3 would be negative 11 times 3 is negative 33. 2 times negative 14 would be negative 28 minus 5. Put that in your calculator if you need to. That's negative 33. So again, our answer checks out. So today's lesson just involved adding the distributive property, but then we are still solving with the same methods that Ms. Jeffries worked with you yesterday. So good luck, Falcons, and we'll see you tomorrow.